Come on already.
No, the commentators were simply saying that you mentioned in your opening statements that you have this experience dealing with the military. And they were trying to point out that from Trump's responses, it's as though he had no understanding of military affairs, what it was there for, what its purpose was. And they were so surprised that nobody was taking and calling him out about his lack of direct experience having to do with any sort of military affairs.
I've called them all out. They don't put me on. I'm too nice. Anyway, but I hear you, sir. So just make up your mind and go over here, talk to McKinnon. You'll make the circus this weekend and all that. I got to go here, then I'll go here, and then I'm going to go there, and then I have to go. Go ahead, miss. I'm sorry I got to go, but I got to go. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going. Did you all see me walking down the street? They're like, Governor, you're going the wrong way. I was having a little exercise. Okay, yes.
Thank you for being here today. Thank you for your positive campaign. It's been really nice. Thank you. I've been a nurse. I've been a nurse for about 20-some years.
You've been what? I'm sorry.
I've been a registered nurse for 20-some years, and feel like many that healthcare is not attainable right now. I mean, it's going in the wrong direction. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
Cutting at the bottom line so it's not working. I have a college student at University of Wisconsin-Platteville, but I would like for him to have health care someday that's affordable, but yet quality.
You want to be a doctor, kiddo?
Engineer.
An engineer? Well, that's pretty good, too. What are you, smart? Huh? Smart guy? Good for you. Is that what you're taking? Your grades okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
God bless you. Give that kid a round of applause, huh? Let me just tell you, the problem, I'm going to cut to the quick on this healthcare thing. Look, what we need to know is, when you're a registered nurse, we need to know how your hospital works, what it costs, and what its quality is. We don't have that information right now. And we also don't know, really, with physicians, we don't really know what their quality is or what they charge. So we got to figure it out. And if a hospital does a good job below the average, then we want to give them a financial reward for that. And if a physician, if your primary care doctor keeps you healthy below what's expected, we give he or her a financial reward. We open the whole system up and we force competition and we drive towards high quality and low prices. We're doing it in our state. It's the most solid plan that anybody is talking about in the country today because Obamacare is not working. Number one, healthcare costs keep going up, insurance costs are up, and employers won't hire any more people because they're afraid of getting caught in Obamacare. But there is an answer for this, and the answer is ultimately going to be to pay people for lower prices and high quality. Okay, do you hear what I'm saying? And the most important thing that you need to be a nurse is patience. Get it? Okay. Bad joke, McKinnon. That's not going on. Do not put that on. Okay. There was another hand right here. Yes, ma'am.
All right. I just want to say thank you for being here today.
Let me just finish. Let me just finish one other thing. I don't want to tell you this is going to be simple. And I have to tell you that we're going to have to constantly reset things because people will figure out a way to get paid for not great quality and lower prices. It's going to have to constantly stay on top of it. But I believe that's the way we should do it. So if your hospital, and I don't know how many hospitals, rural America is a big challenge. But in my state, where I live in Columbus, we have, 5 hospital systems. We have more heart hospitals than we have hearts, okay? So what we need to do is we need to be paying them on the basis of superior quality and lower prices than everybody in the area. Because if we pay them that way, then we're going to, and reward them for that, that's going to force the competition, the savings, and the quality that we want. And now we go to health care. I like to say, if you get a hospital bill, and I have one at home because I get treated for high pressure in my eyes at the Cleveland Clinic. When I get a hospital bill, I look at it, I think it's easier to interpret the Dead Sea Scrolls than it is to understand a hospital bill. So it needs to be clarified, okay? And it's very complicated. And this is the man that can help us to figure this out. I'm telling you, Tommy Thompson is a guy. He is smart, visionary, clever, and be part of a team to put this together because I can't do it alone. Tommy, the program I'm talking about, we're actually doing it in Ohio. It's called payment reform. You're, I think, somewhat familiar with it, and I think it'll work. But I don't want to tell you it's just so easy, because it is not going to be easy, but it needs to be done. You get the last word there.
Okay, thank you again for being here. I'm a millennial, and a lot of my millennial friends seem to have an issue with trusting our government right now. And I'm just wondering, when you're elected president, what you will do to help rebuild the trust with the government for the people of America.
Well, I think, first of all, you got to make it work. So I'm going to transfer welfare, education, job training, health care, and infrastructure, building roads, back to the states. I want to get all those programs back to where we can run them, okay? Number two, I think it's an effort also. I'm going to have to travel. And when I say travel, I mean you're going to have to be in America. And you're going to have to go. If I'm president, they would try to stop me, but I would want to continue to do these things. Now, it'll be hard, and I don't know what I'm getting into, but it seems to me as though on a more regular basis, Tommy's seen a couple of these. These are just wonderful, aren't they, Tommy? And it gets people, they understand you, they get to hear you. And you can be held accountable too, which no one likes to be, but it's life. So I think, and the other thing is for our young people, people say, well, how do you relate to them? Well, I'll tell you why. Because young people have to believe they can change the world. You got the gifts to do it, go do it. Believe in yourself. Believe in something bigger than yourself. Live a life bigger than yourself. That's what life's all about. And I was just at Villanova, one of the Final Four teams, by the way. You would not have believed how fantastic that visit was. With the young people that were there, I mean, it was 1,000 people at the town hall. We had hundreds in the overflow. Maybe they get the sense a little bit. Look, a lot of these young people would look towards Bernie or towards me, believe it or not. And I can't figure that out other than people suspect things. They sense things. People are smart. And that's why I think overall they'll find out, they'll sense exactly, sir, the kind of things that you were raising before. But I think a lot of it is to start making this government work. And I'll give you a good example. We absolutely have to get a big-time person who's well-known, who's very well-respected, to fix the VA. We can't have a program like that doesn't work, okay? And in that regard, by the way, any combat veteran that comes home ought to get health care wherever they want to go, and let's just get that done. Now, and I think we got a problem with the IRS, and that has to be fixed. So there's a lot of these things that if we can have good solutions and get people who have credibility. A perfect guy is, I watched a little bit of it last night, and I was flipping between the NCAA game and 60 Minutes, but one of the person who's greatly admired, I don't think he would do it, is a guy like Bill Gates. Bill Gates, if you put Bill Gates in charge of something and ask him for a year, go do this, maybe, I'll call him and ask him. Go fix the VA, modernize it, make it work. If you do something like that, it gets credibility. People start to believe, but it takes time. In my state, things were really bad and people didn't trust, but it's changed. It's changed, and because I think we're producing. You just do the best you can. Anyway, we have a primary coming up, they tell me, and I hope that you can, first of all, make up your mind, sir. I wouldn't go to dinner with you. You'd probably look at the menu all night long, and I'd never get out of there. Is what? My wife? My wife's on spring vacation with my daughters, okay? But I have two 16-year-old daughters, and they are with my wife. They're with a friend of ours. They're on their spring break, and so I finally get home, right? And at 6 o'clock in the morning on Friday, to get up and go on spring break. I'm like, why are you leaving me? But I have to tell you, it was a great day yesterday because after we acknowledged that Jesus had risen, yes. You know what I always say? If he hasn't risen, what's the purpose of life, really? We're not going to get all the justice, and we got, this world is a tough world, but we've got hope for what life will be like, after death. But I will tell you this, beyond that very important thing, I got to start eating ice cream again after Lent. And I had some great Ben & Jerry's New York fudge chunk. Try it, okay? Give me your vote and tell everybody you know, please. Thank you all very much. God bless.